I was about to say something pretty aggressive to start the stream, although I realized, hey, dude, listen to your own advice. Okay, listen to what you had to say on the previous stream. This is publicly broadcast, not for the masses. It's the minors, but you know what? It's still enough to be a permanent part of the internet no matter what. So you got to watch what you say sometimes, unfortunately, even though I really felt like belting it out. I felt like saying it. I felt like saying a word that's a no-no. I'm going to repeat that again. We have an action-packed episode as usual here on the Pigcast. If you're unfamiliar with what the Pigcast is, it's a podcast. I'm a magician. I'm doing a channel, unfortunately, dedicated to mostly magic stuff. But on the live streams, we talk about normal things, news things, things like trains derailing in India because of feces on the tracks. Things like that. Important things like dumb bitches. Now, I don't get offended. I don't get offended easily. I tend to be very liberal when it comes to things that I could hear without necessarily feeling a sort of offense. I get angry a lot. But this offended me, what we're going to talk about here today with this particular bitch. The reason why the name of this stream is what it is because of one person in particular that we're going to go over, as well as some other miscellaneous stuff. But usually we go through miscellaneous stuff. We go back and forth, and we come together as a community. So welcome to the Pigcast. What do we have here? We have Ola PC. We have Hi from North Korea. I don't know if I believe that necessarily. Smoke from wildfires here in Canada. Fucking crazy now. Yeah, I saw that also in the news. And it's further proof that Canada is a waste of time. I know, I'm sorry. That might offend you as a Canadian, as someone from our northern brethren or closely linked brothers. But I don't like Canadians. I typically find that Canadians are pretend nice. That whole meme and that whole bit of, oh, Canada, they're so nice, they're so humble. No, they're not. They're a bunch of farmers. They're a bunch of drunk fighters. They're not nice, especially the Canadians that I know. Maybe you could change that, but the Canadians that I know are pretty dumb, pretty aggressive, pretty, I would say meat-headed would be the term. So I don't know where they got that perception of they're overly nice. They open doors for you. No. I think you guys are on par with New Yorkers, at least according to me. If anyone wants to feel scared, look up the hobby frogging. It's people secretly living in people's houses. I've heard of that before. I got to tell you, there's one case in particular that worried me in regards to a girl living in an attic, and she would pee in the kitchen. So I can't imagine them not knowing that. I get paranoid when it comes to this particular place. I don't want to say that it's fairly easy to get inside, but I always leave things in certain positions just for the sake of knowing that nobody was here. So one time I found that the toilet seat was warm. I don't like that. I don't like that because that implies that somebody was just sitting there and it wasn't me. So what does that mean? Does that mean that I had an intruder? As a matter of fact, when I first moved in here, they have a perfectly shaped human sort of thing above in the bathroom where I guess you could reach the attic. And I didn't trust that. I didn't trust that at all. I was staring at it all night, wondering, looking in this direction over here, wondering if some person was going to crawl out of it. Probably a weird Asian, I would guess, based on the movies that I've seen. Hungry and Hungover says, I'll change your perspective on Canadians by buying a brick of your deck, you fucker. Well, you could buy them June 19th. I haven't put anything on social media, but I've come officially to the date of June 19th as the release of my playing cards. I'm finalizing the Kickstarter and finalizing the bits and bobs, and then I have to get it approved and deal with the shipping process that I'm going to have to estimate the cost and fun stuff like that. But June 19th is going to be the actual day that I'm releasing my playing cards. So you can look out for them there. I'll be linking everything on the channel as well as Instagram. But I've come to the day. It's a very important day in history, and I think it's going to become a more important day in history with the release of the missing piece playing cards. And then hopefully, if we reach our stretch goal, the special super secret color that's also going to be printed, assuming we reach our goals, which I don't know. I have lofty goals. Let's see here. Canada responsible for half the war. Crime laws back in World War I. They were savage. I'm going to take you for that. But from my experience, Canadians are the exact opposite. Look at who they've produced. Celine Dion, Justin Bieber, Drake. Those are all Canadians, right? They're all a bunch of softies. They're trying to, I mean, Justin Bieber had a phase where he was trying to be a little bit ghetto, but that was one of these. That's a rare car crash, not used for me. Usually those car crashes are reserved for me. So I don't know where to start here with this particular video. I really don't with this episode. We have some minor things. This, I guess, is further proof that we're posting too much on the internet. I guess we should start off a little bit soft, right? This is marginal. It's not really anything that's going to be crazy. I guess I have to start nice, right? And then work my way up to 400 Indians dying because of a crash, because of poop, because of feces. And I guess the way we could work ourselves up to there is this right here. We're too comfortable with the things we post online, as I mentioned on the last stream. This is a perfect example of that. This is, I guess, a channel dedicated to bettering yourself through flexibility. And, I mean, is this necessary? Have we come to this point in our lives where this is seen as normal behavior? This is like, all right. There are people going, hey, man, dude, let him alone. He's trying to better you by showing cat-cow, frog-cat-cow, which is going to better your hip flexors and your mobility overall. Is this the sort of place we've come to in society? I want to personally be the one that gives COVID to the rest of us, seeing a video like this. Also, just the kind of the subtleness, right? There's a pop there. No man should ever be seen.
6 stores or just one.
BTC fund my bro. LFG rocket 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 rocket.
Okay, I'm glad that those messages were read out loud, which is quite humorous. Jonathan Rosario, BTC fund my bro. LFG, which I guess stands for Let's Fucking Go. So I'm gonna be dropping that in my Ethereum investment, I could call it, which has been like this. That's how it's been. But thank you. I appreciate that, man. I'll be immediately putting it there because I'm not going to lie to you. And if you're telling me to put it there, I'm going to do what I'm told. I'm a follower. But in this particular case, what I was going to mention before that, gracious donation to my ETH is no man should ever be seen in this position. Now, this is a position I know I have a lot of virgins in this particular field that I've partaken in the magic field. But usually when you're thrusting in a hoe, right? When you're breaking a shotty's back, when you're giving her them back shots, if you know what I mean, right? You're going to be in this position many times. However, nobody should ever see you in that position. Now, you might think to yourself, whoa, hey, man, I like to record myself. And I've been known to record myself. There's some videos of me and several hard drives partaken in the dirty. However, I cleverly choreograph the angle so that you don't see me in this position. You will never see me. Well, actually, no, I lie because I pretend humped the couch in a previous video. But out of humor, right? This guy's doing it unironically, so it's different. It doesn't count. I was doing it for fun points. This guy was doing it for serious points. So let's go back here and see the technique. Although I do have to say, good. I mean, there's good technique. I would say more hips need to be used as well as the entire lower body, and you would be partaking in good action. But he's doing something there that a lot of people don't do, which is, if you notice, there's a holding, right? You're hunched and you're holding, and then you go back and you thrust again. That's effective. That's very effective from what I've been told. I wouldn't know because I'm a virgin from doing magic tricks. But I just want to put that there as an example of why we should essentially go with just COVID, just giving all of us COVID and avoiding things like that being placed on the internet to affect my eyeballs. The comments are also pretty good. I got to say, there's no one actually going like, whoa, man, hey, guys, he's doing this for the better. This is exactly how my cats look when they're about to throw up. That's accurate from what I've seen of cat owners, of which I'm not a fan of cat owners as well. I don't know if you're a cat owner and that's going to offend you, but the cat's only there because you're feeding it. That's about it. I could feed your cat and it's my cat now. That's the way cats work. No wonder my husband's back never hurts. See, again, alluding to the action and the thrusting. I feel like I shouldn't be watching something so personal. So accurate comments there. See, we're starting at light. We're starting at light, and then we're going to get into the other serious topics, which involve, again, I keep teasing it here, a train derailing because of poop. because of poop, not because of a crash, not because of a fault in the system, but because of an immense amount of dookie. So that's where we've come in society. Let me read here. Sorry, I ignore some comments here. I also hear a dog exactly outside my window, which is tremendous when it's right there. It makes you wonder, right? We have here, I hate magic tricks. I hate magicians. I hate myself. And that is pig fake. Recognize that if I comment, for example, if I put booty hole here, notice that mine has a yellow piss sort of thing, right? I have a yellow piss indicator to let you know, hey, that's me, right? So even though I there should be some sort of system on YouTube for that. I don't know if you guys could hear the dog, but I could hear it, and it's very obnoxious. POV, did you wake up with your frogging roommate doing that yoga on your floor? Luckily, I don't have a roommate. My only roommate was my significant other until that bitch said, that's enough. I'm tired of you and your dumb magic tricks. I'm going to go date black guys. And she went and did that. So that was her miss because I'm a black guy. So it's kind of redundant to go with other. I'm an African American myself. I also hate the strap on this Casio. The strap always falls off. It's just a product of the fact that it's a $10 Casio watch. Let's see what else here. Torn McDonald is a beast. I don't know who. Oh, Tom McDonald. I don't know why I read Torn McDonald. Oh, I know why I read it that way, because I'm retarded. Is Tom McDonald the rapper that has that song Dummy? I don't think I've ever heard of him. Maybe in passing. I can't tell if he's acting as a top or bottom. It could go both ways. That's true. You're right. I didn't think about it that way because I'm so hetero. Actually, no, it could work both ways. I'll car crash that. I'll car crash it twice. I think that deserved a car crash, to double car crash. Did you get the Houdini cologne yet? I don't think they sent it. I'm kind of upset because I sent them my email. I made an account on Penguin Magic, a new account with my current new email, and they never sent it. So I never got to review the Houdini cologne. I might remind them. I'll send like a DM and be like, hey man, my bad. I don't want to be that guy. But I want to review the cologne and I don't want to pay $26 for it's not an ounce. How many? I think it's 1.8 ounces. Typically colognes come in, I should know this by heart. I think 3 ounces is the standard amount for cologne. So 1.8 is not really a lot. You're not getting a lot of cologne for that amount of money, of which you could get really good colognes for way less than that. Long-lasting, good, room-filling, non-offensive colognes. So I look like I sell colognes, as a matter of fact. I realized before I did this stream that with this ensemble, the hair, and the current condition that it is, I look like I sell colognes and carpets to people with names that look like my face. So I don't know if you agree with that. I'm an honorary, and I can't repeat that. Although there is something I saw on Twitter recently where some individual that works for some movie production company, his name was Nick, and his last name was Gar. So that was a little bit interesting. I don't know if that's like the meme, like Mose from The Simpsons, when Bart calls him and he goes, "Hey, I'm looking for Seymour Butts." And then Mo goes, "Hey, Seymour Butts," that sort of bit, but more offensive to most people. Oddly enough, more offensive to white people. Oddly, I don't know why, but that tends to be the case. Well, I guess let's talk about this right here, which is the thing I keep alluding to, which is something I saw in regards to a train collision that was as a result of poop. Which is just an interesting thing in and of itself. Here's the tweet. Look at that. Look at the production value on this show. My goodness. I think that deserves accolades. So it says the train collision, which killed 400 Indians yesterday, was caused by Indians pooping on the railway tracks. India is such a Pulsar-grade meme generator, and this is coming from, I believe, an Indian man himself. Or no, sorry, what's a Chinese guy here? He's part of that same area. That was bad. I apologize. But here it says the recent train accident has exposed Modi's bubble of building toilets. So here you could see an individual on the tracks. Again, I'm just going based off this particular tweet, but if it feels like a bit, right? It feels like a bit. Now, a train derailing with 400 people passing away is not necessarily humorous, right? It's not the best thing to laugh about, but there is something to be said if there is any truth to this particular story, which is on the immense poop. Now, you've seen with coins that you put coins on the track, and people have mentioned, hey, man, you shouldn't put coins on the track because that could potentially derail the track. Or people put rocks, like obnoxious big rocks, which could fuck up the train. I would have to think that if sufficient people were to poop on train tracks, I can't imagine that having any effect. I can't imagine that doing anything whatsoever. Because even if you put WD-40 on the train tracks, a lubricant, I don't think it'll be enough to derail a train track. That doesn't make sense to me. Now, I could be wrong, but let's see the responses here. So hear me out for a second, but perhaps maintenance wasn't done because the tracks are covered in shit. That's a postulation by one individual here. All Lies says the Dice Man, average 12 a.m. to 3 a.m. employee. All right. Shit posting. No proof. Case has been forwarded to CBI and pre-assumptions are of electric interlocking. The report you attach is from 2015 where maintenance was not done on the tracks because of the poor condition. And I guess this guy chimes in because of the bit with the poop. But I got to say that even if obviously is not true, it's still interesting to think about, right? It's one of those things you could sit in a bar and have a conversation with an individual and go, hey, man, I got a question for you. If, like, let's pretend 1,000 people poop on a train track. Do you think that's enough to derail it, a train, like an oncoming train? Do you think that's going to be enough? I don't know if you guys find yourself in bars asking random questions to strangers. I happen to, right? Let's see. Mohit here, I guess, from India, says, big namaste from India, Piggy. Back to you. And he chimes in. We sure shit have sufficient people to poop on the tracks. So there you go. Evidence. Sufficient evidence to prove that it was, in fact, feces that ended up derailing this train, which I find just, I don't know. Do we have any scientists? Do we have anyone that could talk about the specifics? What I find weird is that I've seen a couple little bits and bobs, TikTok, Twitter, where it gets me like an individual talking about poop, because a lot could be told about your health based on how you defecate, right? The straining, the condition of it, the consistency, a lot of things, whether the food's processed, the color. And there are doctors and people and scientists dedicated to studying poop. And it's a very important field. And these people are enthusiastic about it. Same with people that tend to be enthusiastic about working in like the emergency room. Because, oh man, it's exciting. You get to see different things and help people. And, you also get to see a bunch of disgusting stuff. And people that are in terrible conditions and dead. Which I don't think is fun for anyone. But same people that study poop. But there's enough. There's enough humanity where a certain subsect of the population is going to go, I'm into shit, man. I'm into shit. I want to study it. I want to hold it. I want to feel it. Another thing, by the way, that makes me want to punch a puppy is about puppies. I go on walks often. I accompany a friend of mine who walks his dog, or his dogs, rather. And it leads me to this thing right here. If you're a dog owner, you know exactly what this is, right? You know exactly what this is. Now, I didn't mime it correctly, but you grab a singular bag of plastic, and you reach into the defecation that the dog just made, that butterscotch poop. You reach on it, you grab it, you're holding it with one layer separating you and the shit. And you grab it, and you turn the bag inside out, and now you have the poop inside of the bag that you now have to hold until you find a reasonable receptacle in which to throw the poop. That's too much shit. Literally, that is too much shit. I'm sorry. This is the Gaberhood.
This is the Gaberhood, and you are not welcome.
You're not welcome. You're not welcome here because you are disgusting with your dog and the poop. When I've had the unfortunate task of taking care of my friend's dogs, which I've done a couple of times because I'm a fucking good person. I take an entire roll of paper towels. I let them know, listen, I'm going to do it for you, But just know you're going to have to restock on paper towels because I take half of that fucking roll and I wrap it around my hand and I don't even feel anything. I just feel paper towel and I fucking take it out and I put it in a bag without looking at it. And the entire time I'm gagging. I'm just almost about to vomit to the point where I almost vomit on the poop and that's going to make me vomit exponentially. So these people that just casually, your dog parents that walk around with these bags of shit, of literal shit, and it depends because your dog could be having a bad day. If you're not feeding your dog sufficient fiber, you should be ashamed of yourself for being so casual about holding a bag of shit and just swinging it around like it's nothing, like it's not literal excrement. Oh, God. So yeah, Poops on a Track. That's my next album. Let's go here. What's the rent for that closet? The rent for this closet has actually gone up. I'm renting it on not a plea bargain, but as a favor because it was previously rented out to a stranger. And then a friend of mine said, hey, man, I got the space. And I was in a shittier apartment. I wouldn't say it's a shitty apartment. It's a nice apartment, but it's very small. I don't need a bigger one. I used to rent out an entire house, and I would only use a third of it. But this is on a deal, so you really can't take this and extrapolate information about the current location. Because if you take this apartment in the current area, you could probably rent it for $1,400, $1,500, $1,600 I've seen for a studio apartment in Miami, Florida. So I'm renting it out for half of that, which makes me feel a little bit happy. Still makes me want to punch a puppy every time I give a check to the individual. Look at my increasing, deflating, artistic bank account. You could say it's artistic because I've chosen a life of art, which connotes not having wealth or not having wealth for a time until eventually everything works out. So I've chosen that. But don't let this particular venue dictate the overall rent in this area, but I'm renting it for about $800, which is not terrible. Let's see what else here. Capitalizing on a need for cologne for magicians, huge market. Yeah, that's true, but unfortunately, the thing with that is that magicians aren't going to heed on that. And if they do decide to wear cologne, they're going to put cologne on a foundation of shit. I've mentioned this in a video that I made talking about a cologne guide, that if you don't shower and you don't have proper maintenance of your body and you don't moisturize and you don't put on deodorant, you might as well be spraying it on a dog turd. So you need to have a foundation, and then the cologne is going to smell its best. Yaroslav says, man, answer my question. That's aggressive. I don't know if I want to based on that aggression. I don't even know what your question is. What does manifest mean? Manifest means to make happen. I mean, you're on the internet. You can't look it up on the internet. Yaroslav, but it means to make happen. So what tends to be used? It tends to be used in the context of white bitches that they want things to appear without any work on their end. So they want to manifest a relationship without any work on their end. They want to manifest money without doing any work, just looking at crystals, right? So it's a very new age terminology, but it just means to make happen. Right, so manifest destiny is that bit you hear in history class, and if you take it by its word, manifest destiny, to make happen, to make destiny happen. So in this case, they're trying to use it in a new age way. So that's what it means, and we're going to be talking about that with the biggest bitch in a little bit. Let me cross out India poop train on my notes to make sure that I've become aware that I've covered that. What's the rent? Already mentioned that. Poo-choo train. That's a good one. Not enough to get pinned, but that's a really good one. This whole stream offends me as a deaf, neurodivergent, race mixed lesbian woman. That reminds me of some of the letters that were sent to Illusionist because of me making videos for them. That's almost exactly what the emails look like from what I've seen. Hey, I'm I'm not even gonna get into it. Bro's talking nothing. I'm talking plenty, buddy. I'm talking plenty, friend. We shared shit. Okay, I talked about that. The cigarette trick could also be done with crayons anytime you find yourself in a kindergarten classroom. That is true, although the problem with that, unfortunately, is that I've done that for a friend of mine's kid. and they were trying to do it genuinely with crayons for a little while. So they got to the point where they were told, no, it's a trick. It's fake. He's not shoving it in his nose. Are you streaming somewhere else? How does this have 18 viewers? There's usually 10 of us, and I noticed you do a new intro to the last few of these. I don't know, but that's kind of offensive, assuming that people can't just impulse click on the video. Now, in what do you call this? Typically, I used to stream concurrently on Twitch. Now I'm streaming on Rumble concurrently as I am on YouTube, just as a bit, right? Just to see, just to be like, hey, let's see how this works. What else here? If you're healthy, you could sell your poop to the hospital and they'll use it to boost someone else's immune system. That sounds like you got a poop fetish, man. That sounds like you got a poop fetish. And I don't want to be a part of that. I don't want to be any part of your disgusting poop fetish, because you're just going to be waiting in the hospital. People know roughly where I live. Some people know exactly where I live. Let's go through here. I already know your neighborhood. It's near El Gallito Bakery. Thank you for that, Pastel de Cerdo. And mentioning accounts that were the bane of my existence for a couple months. What's with your hair? Well, the hair is just... actually, I was working out before this. So this is post-workout hair. The kettles are right behind me. And I decided to slap on a wife beater and a jacket here. And it is Pride Month, so it is appropriate. Let's see here before I get into it. We should have sprayed cologne on the Track Turds. Track Turds is... they're a band and they're playing on the... Fuck, I ruined that joke. Hey man, Track Turds is playing at the Electric Pickle on Sunday. You want to go? I got tickets. Let's go into the actual... I could confirm I'm not Brian Connor. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. I don't know if you're one and the same or a cohort, but they're all the same in my opinion. But let's get into the actual meat and potatoes of this stream. I have to say, I think the biggest bitch I've ever seen in my entire life... actually a troglodyte, actually the worst person. I had to look up this video because this individual had a TikTok. They deleted it because of the backlash that they got. And this just made me just irrationally upset because I know people like this. And I believe this bitch is also from Miami. So it makes it even worse just because I know that these people are within my general vicinity. Ugh, what a fuck. I don't know why I always get notifications from while I'm doing a stream. That's always the best part. It's like, hey man, here's a bunch of shit while I'm streaming, while I'm doing something important. It's not important. This is actually one of these. Oh, it's actually one of these. I know a lot about you, like why you're watching this ad, and it's specifically because you've looked up magic tricks. Well, hey there, my name's PigCake, and I've been doing magic trick tutorials on YouTube for the better part of 6 years. And I'm here to tell you about the PigCake Magic Academy with over 1,200 videos already uploaded, designed to make you an expert magician. You get access to all the content the moment you sign up, and I'm uploading every single week. As a matter of fact, I uploaded a video today. Just look at that list of moves, tricks, ideas that you're gonna get access to the moment you sign up. It doesn't end. As a matter of fact, I could stop talking completely, and the list is still gonna keep going. Just look. So check it out, the PigCake Magic Academy. The link is going to be below. I go with you, but I'm stuck in this video. But I'll wait for you to go ahead and click it. Go ahead, you know you want to. See what I did there? I did an ad right before the main meat and potatoes here because I'm desperate. But this bitch right here, my goodness. I hope you guys could hear it clearly. But, oh boy, it makes you just want to just...
Someone asked me for a tutorial, and ask and you shall receive. I woke up super hungry, wanted to go to brunch. No one was able to go with me, so I went by myself. Before I left, I looked in the mirror and affirmed to myself that I will not be paying for shit. I went to this really nice restaurant called Il Molino. I mainly picked it because it's in one of Drake's songs. When I got there, I was like, oops, never mind, because it was a very family-friendly restaurant. All of the tables were filled with families and kids, and the bar was empty. The bar is...
This bitch. This absolute... parasite. If you haven't picked it up yet, she went out of her house with the intention not to pay for shit. She's out here looking for marks, looking for targets, taking advantage of her looks, which, let's see, are not the greatest. Not the worst, but not the greatest. Gives me a Little Mermaid vibes, to be honest. And she's out here talking about, a tutorial, because I'm sure she posted a video and some bitch, some other mommy blogger, some other icon, another scholarly individual said, hey, I want a tutorial on this. Please let me know how I could manifest what you have. And she's out here just talking massive shit. Disappointed at the fact that the venue that she went to was filled with families.
I mainly picked it because it's in one of Drake's songs. When I got there, I was like, oops, never mind, because it was a very family-friendly restaurant. All of the tables were filled with families and kids, and the bar was empty. The bar is the best place to meet and mingle with other people, especially men, if you're looking for someone to pay for your bill.
If you're looking for someone to pay for your bill, the bar is a great area. This is what this bitch is putting out there. This is not parody. I looked at the rest of her account because obviously I have that sort of time. And I looked through it and I just found nothing but trash like this. Like just ignorant dribble and encouraging. And the comments were the worst. I didn't see the comments in this particular video because she deleted the video because the amount of backlash that she received. Because obviously there's no way. What ego do you have where you post shit like this and think, yeah, I did a good job. I did a good job. Sit at the bar because that's where you could find men to pay for your shit.
And to potentially go on a date. So I order a glass of wine. I'm thinking, okay, I might just have a nice brunch by myself. As you can see from this clip, that's my target right there facing the other way. I hadn't even noticed him until his waiter came and started talking to him for like 10 minutes. I'm like, what the fuck is this? Once I see that, I'm like, oh snap, he's alone? Wow, there's actually someone that's alone here? The waiter's basically his friend. So when his friend leaves, he starts talking to me and the drinks get pouring. His waiter friend basically makes these types of liqueurs and they gave me a tasting. Wanted me to pick my favorite, which was the coconut one. Anyway, he's a regular there. They call him the doctor. Everyone loves him. And he was fun to talk to.
That bitch. Now, I saw another video. I didn't pull it up, but unfortunately, I saw another video from the same bitch that's out here complaining as to how the guy's talking to the waiter and how this is terrible for her because he's trying to get for her to pay for her shit. But what a fucking waste. What a parasite. My goodness. Let me see if I could find it. I know it's not the best TV, but when I looked this up, I was shaking out of anger. I was offended. I was upset. And again, for something that doesn't affect me, right? This bitch is not going to be out here. She's probably going to look over me and go, hey, y'all, I don't want to be looking out of the accent, right? I'm assuming. Let me just car crash myself for that. Because as you could see, she does not sound like that. But that's the voice that I attributed to her. Right? You see what I did there? But this bitch is out here hunting. Let me go and see if I could find this here. TikTok. TikTok. I forgot what her name is. I don't even want to... what is it here? It's some dumb shit. No, I'm not going to be able to find it. I might put it on the next stream. This might be a rare part 2. But, oh... God, what a fucking parasite. And I know people like that they go out specifically looking for dudes to pay for their shit, to pay for their drinks. And then the moment they see that the drinks have run out, the bottle's gone, they leave. Oh, we're going to go to the bathroom. And they never come back. And of course, the guys are so drunk. They're like, oh man, we were with some bitches. Yeah, we had some bitches. You were taken advantage of. You were taken advantage of. Now, another thing that I found with that particular video were a lot of people that were stitching it. And making stitching it. I have to explain it every time here. What stitching is on TikTok. You could attribute and add your own video at the end or in the middle of that video. So they're almost like a response video to that one. A lot of people going, yeah, this is sex work. This is sex work. I don't understand what the stigma against this is. This is just sex work. God, if you don't find this, then you're just a bigot. No, you're not a bigot. You're a parasite. You're a parasite. Your job is to prey on others that are looking for something. I don't know, a mate, communication, a friend, maybe a potential partner, and you're taking advantage of that for your own financial gain. You bitch. Oh, let me find. Okay, now I don't want to do a part 2. I'm going to find her account and we're going to go through it because fuck her. My goodness. Let me see if I could have it here. I know that it was deleted, unfortunately, on TikTok. I know this doesn't make the best TV. But it's such a just aggravating thing What's her thing? Her account, Merlene D. So I'm going to look that shit up. This manifesting bitch, Merlene D. I know you spot your target, but the waiter's having a long-ass conversation. She deleted that one, too. That video was in regards to spotting her target, but the waiter is blocking her, essentially, from using him. And her whole account, let me see if I could find her actual account, Merlene, you fucking troglodyte. I think she took out the D, maybe because she couldn't find it. Merlene. Right here. Yeah, Miami. Helping you manifest becoming the girl of your dreams. 3 dates in 24 hours. Gee, I wonder what she's doing with those dates other than taking advantage of desperate men. Let me see. Merlene TikTok. Jesus. This has really become a rabbit hole. But I think it might be something of worthwhile. Merlene, is this the bitch? Let me see if I could find the account here. Nope. Wow, dude. Thank you, Bing. Let me tell you something about Bing. I know some people say, oh, Bing is great for porn, and Bing is great because it goes in. Bing sucks. Bing doesn't have any saving grace. Merlene. I know they were trying to do AI shit, but no. No, it doesn't even do AI shit well. I wrote Marilyn. This is not good TV. I'm not apologizing for it. Merlene. Wow, dude. Did I misspell it? Am I actually on the spectrum? Better. Ugh. Better. Okay. All right. We're getting somewhere. Better. Found it. Oh, God. Let's go through this shit. This absolute dribble. Miami manifesting. Become the girl of your dreams. Look at this. Helping you becoming the girl of your dreams. And then she has her email. I'm surprised she doesn't have her fucking, what's it called? Her PayPal information. Let's see this one. I saw one about dates. Where is that? 24 hour, 3 dates in 24 hours. I think she might have put that on top and it's no longer there. So I can't even find it with the other ones because she deleted them. She deleted the ones where she's essentially encouraging people to take advantage of desperate, sad, lonely men. Oh, fucking, what a shush. And of course there are people, I don't know, there's one video here where it seems like she's getting her cheeks clapped. I'm gonna have to look at that one on my own time. Let's go through here. Sorry. El Gringo PigCake, what's up, dog? How you doing, man? I don't know why I had to click on your fucking comment. Thank you for that. I want to shoot up a person right now. Okay, I got this. You're right, Steve. They, them fest should be the germ. You're talking about manifesting is very misogynist because manifesting, you're right. It should be, well, as Hungry and Hungover said, them-ifesting. YouTube put an ad in your ad. I don't like that YouTube put an ad while I was trying to show my own shit. That's not fair. Pastel de Cerdo says that will go on my compilation. I'm sure in a private Instagram account that I was blocked from. Let's see. She's based. I'm going to follow her advice and eat for free. Don't hate the player, hate the game. Now, she is taking advantage of a need, right? And the need is you want to find a partner. You want to find somebody that you could... And if you have this friendly person that's not terrible looking coming up to you in a bar, you're going to talk. You're going to, hey, what's up? How you doing? Oh, yeah, you're into wine? I'm into wine. Here, have you tried this one? Here, try this, right? You're going to have conversation, especially if they come off as friendly. However... knowing all this behind the scenes shit that she's thinking of you as a target. She keeps calling the people targets. What? Let's see the comments here. How can I get this jacket in XXL? Was she in the wrong? Of course, Twitter's not going to be a good example for comments. She posted this for clout. Now she looks like a bum. Isn't this called prostitution? Tell me you're a bum without telling me you're a bum. Let's see here. This happens all the time. Most of us don't go out with the intent. We just come across the men who aren't hung up on paying for a woman's meal. I don't know what the fuck that has to do with anything. It's giving desperate and hungry vibes. And then this one says a word that I can't repeat. And I was going to have a sentiment about that I technically can't repeat here. Maybe if I was only streaming exclusively on Rumble, but we're not there yet. Let's see. Don't help girls like this, fellas. Skip a headache. See, those are the tweets there. My pigga, YouTube gave me an ad the same time you did. You must be doing great. No, YouTube puts ads every 30 minutes on these streams, and I just happen to have mistimed it. Let's go through here. Sorry. Bing is the kid says present during roll call. Bing is the kid that tells the teacher, hey, what about the homework? You gave homework. You almost forgot it. As a former teacher, we forget it on purpose because we don't want more shit to grade. You fuck. And now you've reminded the class, and now I have to make an example of you. I'm guessing you've been played for free drinks before. No, I haven't been played. Bitches don't tend to approach me. I have to humor bitches with my wit and my funnies and trick them into having sex with me. Grown man is triggered over TikTok. That's true. It's not ranting about Nancy Pelosi that makes PigCake a conservative. It's ranting about Nancy Pelosi, but not the 96 other senators who are doing it. I'm using her as an example. Okay, I know it's a bipartisan issue, but she's the one that just upsets me the most because that little thing she did where she tore up that paper and you could see her pre-ripping it to make sure that she could have this moment on TV where it rips and everybody's like, look at her standing up in the face of adversity. She's been in politics for like 58 years. She hasn't done shit. What's she worth, like 200 mil now? She's like a reverse pickup artist. This is what failure looks like from the winner's side. Well, the worst one too is that the reason she did that video is because someone said, hey man, do a tutorial on this. Give me a tutorial. I want to learn how I could do this. Let me go through and see if I could find the after of that. Because unfortunately it doesn't have the date of that video. Well, here is a video of her body. She's actually not bad at all. I might have spoken too soon. But I want to find that one. I believe she deleted it just because of the vitriol that she was getting, unfortunately for me, and not having that content. Let's see here. Get ready with me. Delusional thinking. I just want to find the fucking one. Unfortunately, I can't. So that's unfortunately the end of that segment. I feel like I wanted to dive into it more, but as with a lot of things, you have to get on them quickly. If not, they delete. One of the things on TikTok that I've noticed is I'll put something up for the podcast, and I'm like, hey, this is a good topic. Let me put it in this particular folder, and then it's deleted. And I don't know what it is because my memory is shit. So it's the same with this. But in the case of her being absolutely demolished by the internet, helping you manifest becoming the girl of your dreams. Ugh, what a fuck. It'd be terrible if this person's not the actual same one, but I think it is, and she just changed her name. It's too much of a coincidence. The Iron Sheik died today. Yeah, he did. Unfortunately, Iron Sheik. I thought he was one of those dudes that were gonna live forever. He looked fit even in his advanced age. The thing about Iron Sheik is that he has one. He had abs on his fat, and his stomach was rock hard. I don't know if you've ever picked up any sort of. It's a very specific thing, but Indian clubs. Those and you're balancing them, and he used to fucking do that thing even when he was in his 60s and 70s. So it's kind of nuts. But yeah, he's dead. And his Twitter was also pretty great. That's how I would know about news and other people dying, because Iron Sheik would post about it, or his team would post about it. And now he's dead. So his team is posting about his death, which is a shame. By the way, in the notes, that was just under bitch. That was under bitch. So I know that we've already crossed that bridge because the bitch is crossed out. I blame men. Stop looking for love. Women already made it clear it's only about your bank account. Well, that's very generic. I want to know if he paid. I can't lie. If he did, men are finished. Let me click on this one and see. Me wondering too. Thank you for providing good context there. But no, these tweets are not really very conducive for finding information out. What else here? WWE is more real than politics. I agree. It's gone to that point where politics has essentially become a promo written by Vince McMahon, and people are coming out and trying to own it and trying to top it, and it's actually become more like high school, really. I blame Trump for that. Don't get me wrong. You could fill in the sentence that I was going to say there. However, the one bad thing is that he made politics more apparent as a high school match, a high school I would say, hallway with the way that he would talk about people, and then they realized, oh, that's getting ratings, that's getting attention, let me start doing it. The worst one was Jeb Bush. Jeb Bush paid, I think, like $60 million to get 2%. So that was a waste. So let's see what else here. Why did I write beer? I wrote beer, and I wrote traffic and beer. Oh, okay, I remember why. My goodness, you see how bad my memory is, that these topics I literally just pulled up before I started this, and then I don't remember what they are. Now, I've had this as a hypothesis forever. One thing about me is that I'm very annoying in public, right? So if there's a button, I'm going to push it. If there's something, I'm going to grab it. If there's an abandoned house, I want to go touch the doorknob. I want to see how it looks, right, from a closer angle. And one of the things that I do is whenever there's a crossing button, I'll press the shit out of it. I'll start pressing the shit out of it. And one of the things that I've thought, but unfortunately, I couldn't ever prove because it only happened to me about like twice. And I couldn't go back and go, oh, shit, it happened. Is that when you press that button enough, let me show you to give you some context here. So this right here, right?
Wait.
You have those, right? I assume in your country or wherever you're from. You press that, and it goes wait, right, until you're allowed to cross the street. Now, I've done it to the point where it would scream back, and it'd go wait. So it would go, you would press it, and it'd go wait. And then that one time I pressed it, and it goes wait, aggressively. And I only got it to duplicate it another time, and it just happened so quick that I was like, oh shit, it happened again. And I wasn't sure because my hearing is also pretty atrocious. So now I have confirmation. It actually does get upset. So here, this person, and I've also realized that transition is a little bit delayed. I need to fix it. I just saw that and it bothered me. But let's click on this.
Wait. Wait to cross University Avenue at Center Street. Wait.
See? It gets offended. I know obviously I made you watch that entire clip and I could have just showed you. But you see there's a certain way it's saying it. And here towards the end, obviously it mentions, hey, wait to cross this one. And look, listen to the last one.
Wait.
That shit's upset. I thought that was just me. I wanted to put that here because I saw that video by that particular person. Let me see how they look like. My goodness. Nose piercings. Ugh, God, I don't know why that's becoming a thing. It makes a face, a pretty face, disgusting when you have nose piercings. This one, you have this one. I'll accept like a cute little, maybe one little, like the stud, but the ring, and don't get me started on this thing, whatever this shit is, the septum. It makes a very pretty girl look like she has hairy armpits. So that was something that I had to validate, and I'm glad that I saw a TikTok about it because now I'm not crazy. I'm not schizophrenic. It validates the fact that the actual crossing thing does get upset. It does get upset at you if you keep pressing the fucking button. What's this one here? Pig looks like he's going to lip sync a song any minute now. Is that really the vibe? I mentioned it earlier that I look like or I feel like I look like I sell colognes and carpets in like Beirut. I mentioned it a couple days ago in the last stream. I'm going through a Miami Vice phase. I've been looking for a linen jacket everywhere. And unfortunately, I haven't found a good one to accommodate for my short frame. I found one that I feel good about that accommodates for my childlike body. Well, not childlike body. Obviously, your boy's out here getting yoked. But unfortunately, the rest of it is very diminutive. So my size is that of a fat kid when it comes to suits and blazers. And I haven't found a perfect 100% linen jacket in 34R. So if you want to do some homework and find me a good one, I'll be glad to pay attention. My email is in the description section. You should be in GQ great style. I disagree with that. I think I again, look like I sell carpets. My hair is a mess because I was just working out. But you know what? I'll take that compliment. I'll take that compliment. Yoked for someone your size is like 5 pounds of muscle. Thank you for that, man. Thank you. That is true. I'm obviously not getting yoked. I'm trying to lose weight more than I am trying to gain weight. But I do. I have seen results. So luckily, whatever I'm doing is working, and I'm keeping at it. I was a little meatball. If you've seen my previous videos, I was a little meatball, right? I looked chubby. I looked kind of thick in the face, thick in the stomach, but I'm getting there. I feel a little bit better. I've lost weight, I noticed. This one, speaking of losing weight, this is using something that makes you gain weight. Beer. I think that might be the worst shoehorn I've ever done on this fucking channel. But this one in particular is another one that caught my attention. It is a TikTok. I have to apologize in advance for that. But I think this is the most American thing I've ever seen in my entire life. I was just relaying the story on how I almost got into a bar fight to a friend of mine in England, and how I got almost into my first legitimate bar fight because of things that were said. One of them was God Bless America outside of a bar in Blackpool, England. And the guy got offended because I said God Bless America. And he's like, what's good about America? America doesn't have this, doesn't have that. And he got into a whole political diatribe. And I'm like, I'm too drunk for this, honestly, buddy. This is the video I should have shown him as to why America's tremendous. This is the video I should have shown him. I should have gone, if I have the ability to go back in time, I'm not going to go back in time to 2010 and tell myself, buy Bitcoin, buy Bitcoin, buy it. I don't care. Just buy it right now and then sell it when it's high as shit. I should have told, I wouldn't tell myself that. What I'd do is that I would go back to that interaction in Blackpool, England, and go, no, show the guy this video, and then disappear into the ether. So that's what I should have done. That's what I would do if I had the ability to go back in time. But let me show you what might be the most American video I've ever seen in my entire life.
Any attempt to restrict drinking and driving here is viewed by some as downright undemocratic.
It's kind of getting common is when a fella can't put in a hard day's work, put in 11, 12 hours a day, and then get in your truck and at least drink 1 or 2 beers.
They're making it laws where you can't drink when you want to. You have to wear a seatbelt when you're driving. And pretty soon we're going to be a communist country.
Fuck yeah, dude. I don't know if you guys heard or understood that very southern dialect. This guy said, man, you put in 11, 12 hours of work, they just want to have a beer. I want to have a beer when I want to. That's what he said. And then obviously she said that, so now they're telling us when we can't have beer? And then that we have to put on seatbelts? We're becoming a communist country. That's what she said. There's nothing that makes me feel like putting on my whole American flag ensemble, which I have, than watching that video. I don't think there's any better example of America than this video. And obviously, what's great is the B-roll footage of this particular individual just cracking one open in the fucking driver's seat of his car, and then other B-roll of him drinking it. That's just, man, so fucking American. And the look, the vibe, he's out here just bitching about the fact that he can't drink and drive. This is the most American video. I've never felt more proud of my country than seeing that people like this exist.
It's kind of getting common is when a fella can't put in a hard day's work, put in 11, 12 hours a day, and then get in your truck and at least drink 1 or 2 beers.
I just want to do it, 1 or 2 beers. Now, here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. Let's go through here, right? Let's go through here. Here's the thing, right? I'm not going to condone drinking and driving. I will never condone drinking and driving. Now, have I done it? You can't prove that. Drinking and riding, that's what I've done. Oh, no, never mind. You can't prove that I have. But hypothetically, right? Let's pretend that we live in a fictional scenario where I have drank and ridden my motorcycle and then taken it to 90 just to see if it could, right? Let's ignore that. Bud Light is not beer. All right, let's just talk about that. Bud Light should not be considered an alcoholic beverage. I believe in some countries there's a minimum to be considered an alcoholic beverage. If you've drank like 5 Bud Lights, you shouldn't even have a buzz. You shouldn't even have a tick in your blood alcohol. I believe. So there's context here. There's differences, right? There's layers to this. There's a spectrum. If you've had a quadruple, right, one of these Belgian fucking ales that are just 20 ABV, yeah, okay. Yeah, don't drive. That's ridiculous. You could kill somebody. You could kill yourself. Don't be ignorant, right? But if you had some light beer, a White Claw, a Bud Light, I think you should be good. You should be good. But again, I'm not a scientist, so don't take that as oh man, I'm gonna do it because he told me. But there's layers, I believe, to that particular sentiment. Let's see over here. A lady at work asked me what YouTube channels for her 9-year-old son to learn card tricks. I gave her a channel. I forgot about the language. She wasn't happy. Really? What did she actually say? And what video in particular did she bitch about? If you want to watch a short king slay, watch exclusive interview with Flex Lewis at the British Grand Central Prix. The only reason I'm not going to do that is because that's a British Grand Central Prix, and we just went through the most American video at all time. So I'm not going to have this peak, this absolute peak, and then come down to a British Grand Prix. Michael Lawrence says they still do that where I'm at. Gonna be the most based 9-year-old in the school. That is true. Yeah, if he does watch my content, he's gonna go back to school and he's gonna be the coolest kid on the block. He's gonna be based as fuck. I had a crazy jury duty story, but I can't tell until the case comes out. That's odd. I mean, I don't know. I'm trying to remember if I've been to jury duty. I know I was summoned once, and that was a fucking mess to get out of. But I don't know. You can't tell. You can't say anything about it, even if it's past. What is it, a fucking television show? God made drinking, and he also made Leonard Skinner Freebird. And you expect people not to drink and drive? God made drinking, and also made Leonard Skinner Freebird. And you expect people not to drink and drive? I could have done that better. God made drinking, and he also made Leonard Skinner Freebird. And you expect people... God made drinking, and he also made Leonard Skinner Freebird. And you expect people not to drink and drive? Let's see here. What's with the clown suit? It's not a clown suit. It's a linen mix sports coat. Fuck. That was lied to. I was told this was 100% linen. And it was a cotton mix, you fuck. On eBay. Here's a fun game to play. Mix up a bunch of pictures of British people smiling with meth heads smiling and see if you could guess who. Well, I mentioned on the last live stream that I could tell where you're from based on your backside. So based on your butt, I could tell where you're from with females. With guys, I don't look at guys' butts enough to know. But with some, I could tell immediately that, hey, you're Asian. Hey, you're Latina. Hey, you're a sister. Right? I could tell that just by looking at the back. She said, he said things is not for kids. I think she saw the one with the card saying your mom's a whore. I would say my minimum is 13. I think you have to be 13 minimum. You have to be like a cool 8th grader. Or at least that you think you're cool in order to watch my videos. Need some work, says Michael Lawrence. I tried at least. If you want to know why we deserve COVID, watch the show Space Cadets, where they trick dumb people into thinking they're actually on a Russian space flight. If you want to know why we deserve COVID, look at that video of that bitch that I just showed. Oh, God, I'm still upset. When I saw that, I'm like, yeah, finally, I get to rant about this dumb, vain, vapid, parasite whore on this stream. It's great. I have content, even though it got me upset on a fundamental level. Hungry and Hungover redacted that message, unfortunately. I also hate that I fucking, on Monday, I get a comment, allegedly, from Unbiased Magic Reviews, who's left a shitty comment on my channel before, so I get a comment, and I kind of slap back, and I go, dude, shut up. And I posted it on Instagram. And then I wait to stream, the same account comes up, and I realize it's a fake account. So then I had to redact it. I was wrong. You know how fucking much I hate being wrong? I'm never wrong. First of all, I'm always right. I'm always correct. So when that happens where I have to admit fault, it hurts me to my insides. So thank you, whoever did that. I definitely want to find you and change the trajectory of your next couple days. Fuck, I could have worded that so much better. Damn, Piggy. This is the Gaberhood, and you're not welcome with that.
This is the Gaberhood, and you are not welcome.
That's a real person. That's a real person. Every time I play that video, I have to remind myself, hey, that's a person that exists in this planet. So we definitely deserve COVID. Pastel says, I'm very unbiased. I don't know what that. What did I just say that you're referencing there? So I think I've exhausted all my topics here. Beer was the one. Let's actually go through the comments and see if there's anything of relevance. Again, TikTok comments usually make me feel a lot better for society. I thought this was America. Randy Marshall, or I forgot what his last name is, but that's from South Park. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought it was America. Another reference. True story. That was Marjorie Taylor Greene in the front seat as a child. Somebody has to come in and make it political, of course. What else here? My dad used to drive on both sides of the road because he paid taxes for him. That's pretty American, I gotta say. You could still drink 1 or 2 while driving. It's when they pull you over, it becomes illegal. I think that's wrong, I gotta say. Although one thing that I've realized is that there are some places that are drive-through. You could get beer and margaritas in a drive-through. I know that there's a Fat Tuesdays drive-through. What? How does that work? I guess it depends state to state what the individual laws are. But I believe drinking in any form while driving is illegal. That's the America I want to live in. I just noticed the kid. Pretty soon they're going to tell you you can't have your kid in the front seat. That's great. There's nothing better than a cold beer on the ride home after a long day in a hot factory. That's American as shit. 1980s MAGA hit differently. I think that's what he meant. I think that's what he was trying to get at here. I think he meant 12 beers. My type of woman. Yeah, that is definitely one to marry. What, are they going to live in a communist country next? Based as fuck. Them few beers on the way home from work are the best beers you'll ever drink. I'm trying to think of the best beer I've ever drunk. I could tell you about the best soda I've ever had, if that's kind of gay. But best beer. I don't really think of beer after a long day's manual labor gig or bits. I can't imagine, oh man, I'm going to have a beer. I think the best beer is the time, right? Just the location, right? Oh, I had this at this particular place and it made me feel good. One of those. Although I've been less enfranchised on beer just because it gives you titties, it bloats you, it's unnecessary empty calories, and I know any type of liquor is empty calories, but it's the most caloric liquor, I guess, or the most caloric type that's readily available. Honestly, it makes more sense to let people drink 1 beer on the way home than incentivizing going to the bar for 10 and then driving, says this guy. So obviously somebody comes back and says, depending on where you are, 1 to 2 beers doesn't put you over the limit. He goes, yeah, but you know, these dudes are smashing half a case at the bar and then going home and cracking a bottle of cheap plastic bottle whiskey. I do remember when I was, baby in the front. So there was a baby in the front. I did miss that. How did I miss that? I guess because I was so distracted. Look at this shit. I can't believe I missed that. There's a fucking child in the front. This is the best shit. This is the most American shit. And I guarantee you that kid made it. That kid's around today. I could almost bet you. Look at that. How did I miss that?
When you want to.
It's just a baby. But to be fair, I don't think there's airbags here. So if this kid gets smashed forward, well, he's dead anyways. Yeah, okay, that was dumb logic. I can't believe I skipped that. Piggy's not just right, he's alt-right. God damn it. I really wish that was a real account. Could have waged war. North Carolina has some drive-through alcohol. That's what I've seen. Same thing as Jonathan Rosario mentioned, which is Pollo Tropical. That's where I've seen it, that they had margaritas in the drive-through. And then I got so excited, and I went with a friend of mine. I said, hey, man, let's go get some fucking margaritas at the drive-through. of Pollo Tropical, and no, they showed no, we don't have, and it was cans. It's canned margaritas. That made it less impressive. Hitler was misunderstood. He asked for a glass of juice, and then the Holocaust happened. Thank you for that, Steve Brooksy. Hopefully that doesn't get taken. Fuck. Don't drink and drive. I pull over, drink my beer, and then go. In case I don't hit a bump and spill my beer. See, that deserves a pin. You're getting pinned of glory for that one. That's a good quality comment, which is hard to find in the PigCake community. Sometimes, actually most of the time, the good comments come at my expense, which I don't condone. In Canada, if we get caught drinking and driving, we have to let our prime minister spank us. And I believe that he'd be very happy to do so. That man is a himbo. Very attractive, I gotta say, objectively, even though he is Fidel Castro's son. Fetal alcohol syndrome is the most common disability in the U.S. You say disability. We say superpower. Bourbonic says MILF. I agree. I kind of look like, if I didn't have a beard, maybe I could probably pass off as a woman with kids that you'd like to have sex with. Let's see. Virginity question. I'm coming up with a prototype for a blister effect that doesn't reveal cards. If I make a prototype that works, would magic companies build an actual one if they like it? Depends on how much they could build it for. The cost is effective. A lot of things now are just sent, right? 3D printed. So it's really cheap for them to make gimmicks like that, I assume. That would be easily 3D printed. I don't know. But I assume if it's some sort of blister thing. And it also depends on the company, because I think a lot of companies would say, oh, it's oversaturated. And it is true. There are a lot of people that have individual blister tricks. Yeah, and you'll have unbiased magic reviews come after you. Or a fake unbiased magic review account. But it depends. I know when I try to pitch an idea to illusionists that I really thought was good, just because I don't want to say it, because then, you know, people go, oh, and then they'll fucking manufacture it. Even though I think it's not hard, but it does require money to manufacture it. It was a lighter through coin, right? It was a lighter through coin, and I had a bunch of moves that I did with it that I thought were really novel, and I pitched that to them, and they said no, because there's a lot of things through things. And yeah, I agree. I agree with that. So I don't know if you send that to a magic company that they'll be inclined, because it's something that a lot of people do have gimmicks. Tim Toronto, I think, has that one. There's the classic one. There's the one that goes around the lighter. There's the one that's like a thing. There's one recently that just came out too. But I'm not sure. Sounds pretty interesting if you found another way of doing it that's different than the, oh, look, it says 3 of hearts, right? It'd be cool if it's, I don't know if they've done it with initials yet. I think that might have been the one that I saw recently, but it'd be kind of dope. I think it was with initials, as a matter of fact. Maybe. But to do that, I don't know, you'd have to have 13 and 13, and then it'd be a weird system. Ooh, I'm wondering how you could do that in the open. If I make a prototype that works and magic companies actually buy it if they like it. But I'd pitch it, man. Doesn't hurt. This doesn't reveal cards, and it's different than a lighter. But I mean, if it's different, I'd pitch it regardless, because you're going to get a no, and then you're in the same position you're in now. But I'd shoot your net as wide as possible. And then record the correspondence, because you don't want to have, oh, and then they came up with the same idea 4 years from now. Right? You don't want that to happen. And then you don't end up getting paid for it. So you want to make sure that you record all that correspondence and have that just in case someone decides to do something. But I'd shoot a net over it. So this is the end portion of the stream where I've exhausted all my topics. Let me cross out beer. And now is the interactive part. Even though the whole thing's been interactive, now's the official interactive part. The part where, hey, Piggy, what's up, man? Have you heard of this? Can you chime in on this? What are your feelings on that? Can I get your opinion on this particular thing? And I say,
This is the neighborhood, and you are not welcome.
Opposite. I say you are welcome here. This is the Pigberhood, and you're welcome here. Come along, step on my pride rainbow flag. I don't care. It's fine. It's a sidewalk. So come in, my friends. Just sit under the learning tree of Piggy. Now the good part starts. Thank you for that. Yeah, not to say that the rest of it was dribble. One thing that I do hate, I'm a fan of I'm the Hitler of ants and cockroaches. I eradicate all cockroaches. I eradicate all ants. I don't think they have a function in society. I don't think they have a function in the fucking planet. The ones that I'm cool with are lizards. And I get lizards coming in because it's really hot outside. They come in all the time. And I try my best to grab them and put them outside so they could survive. Because what are they going to eat here? There are no bugs here. I've eradicated all of them because I've mentioned it before. I'm the Hitler of any bugs that come in here. I'm not going to die of COVID, but I'm going to die of some sort of weird poisoning based on the amount of Raid that I spray around here and the amount of times I'm scrubbing on shit to make sure that they don't get enticed by any foods. But I have lizards that come in, and then the worst part is that I've had maybe 2, and then I try to pick it up and take it to safety, and they just run away. I'm like, all right, fucker, die, piece of shit. I'm trying to save you. So I don't mind lizards. I know that there's a stigma, and some people are like, oh my God, a lizard, dumb, typically white girls, I would say. No, I have no ill will against lizards. I think they're great. They eat bugs. They remove them from around you, and they're just there chilling, man. They also provide good insurance. It's a gecko that provides good insurance. See this one here. I want you to listen to some isochromic gamma waves for 20 seconds. I'm going to look that up just because you've mentioned a couple things and I've denied them. So I want to see if this is worthwhile. And if this is worthwhile, then I'm going to assume that I missed out. So let me spell that here. Chronic gamma. I'm looking it up on TikTok, by the way, just to see gamma waves. Let's see if that's something that comes up. Top. Oh, of course. Log in. Fucker. So let me copy that. Let me go to google.com. I have to go to google.com on Edge browser because obviously they're trying to push me to Bing. They're saying, hey, man, no, you need Bing. Bing, it's where it's at. Gamma hyperfocus brain ignition isochronic tones. This sounds like. Let's see. I'm assuming you could hear it. That's an ad. That's an ad. My bad. That's definitely not isochromic. Whatever the fuck you mentioned. Let's see. Let's hopefully the ad plays. Thank you, YouTube, for having unskippable ads on this. Skip. I can't skip the ad. Thank you. Okay, now, so this is what you're telling me to play. Let's skip a little bit. All right. So what that tells me a couple things. That tells me that your taste in providing content is AIDS. Or as my friends at Red Letter Media say, AIDS. They're not my friends. I wish they were my friends. I'd love to have beer with them. But that's definitely AIDS, I have to say. So that lets me know the previous things that you've suggested for me to watch are also equally as shit. So some spring cleaning. I've also mentioned in the beginning of the video that the official launch day for my playing cards is going to be the 19th of this month. I think it's a day where it doesn't have any holidays, doesn't have anything in the way. The 19th of this month, and that's going to be the date where the Kickstarter is going to launch. So I'm going to put that on all my little bits and bobs on YouTube. I'm going to put that on Instagram, and I'm going to be teasing the shit out of my playing cards until that particular date. But I believe that that's the date so far. I mentioned it was tentative before, but I'm pushing on that officially. So in a weekend, some days, hopefully you'll be able to get my playing cards, and then I'm also going to be putting out my other deck. So I'm going to have multiple decks, obviously. This one's taken a long time to produce just because things get in the way, issues with it and things like that. But the next one is going to be way faster. I'm leaning on maybe 2 to 3 months for that one from now to be out on Kickstarter. So we'll see. That's at least what I'm hoping. And So far, I'm going with USPC as printing. I know it's going to be a little bit of a fun time when it comes to overseas stuff. One option that was available, or one option that's still being considered, is the idea of splitting. So have Cartamundi print Europe decks, or decks that are outside of the continental US, and USPC here in the US. But no, I'm going to go USPC for the cards, at least so far. And that could change. It could depend on how much money we raise. It depends entirely on that. But my Kickstarter officially, the 19th is when those cards are going to come out. And I'm hyped. I'm hyped, my dog. Because not only does it need money, which, as you could see from my Patreon numbers, I'm in desperate need of, but also not to sound gay here, my friends, but to have something produced and go, hey, that's the missing piece deck, and to see people with it is going to be something of a lifelong, I don't want to say dream come true, but it's going to be something that's going to be enjoyable for me to see. People doing tricks, doing videos with the cards, doing cardistry, as much as I'm going to hate it. But that's what I want to see. And I think that that's going to be a fulfillment of something that I've been looking forward to, that I never thought I'd be able to do from a younger age. Says here, you were a teacher, history, right? Well, unfortunately, I was having this discussion with my brother yesterday, which is fucking hysterical that it came up here. But the way it works here in the States is that I'm a psychology major, right? So I graduated with a bachelor's in psychology, which is essentially a party degree, because you can't do much with it. The only thing you could do is teach at the high school level. And if you want to teach at the collegiate level, you need to get a master's. To get a master's is very specific. You need a, you can't just get it. You need to be specific in something, and it's very costly, at least from the university that I was at. Now, with that being said, I did want to teach high school. So that was a goal. I wanted to teach high school psychology. Why the fuck not? In order to do that, you have to teach social studies. They put you in this over-encompassing thing of social studies. Now, I know jack shit about American history. I've never been interested. I've never been a fan of history in a sense, American, world, European. I don't care. Right now, obviously, you learn certain things, interesting bits and bobs, but not enough to teach the classes. And that's the school system here in the United States of America. If you want to teach psychology, they put you under what's called a social studies department. So now you are liable to teach world history, European history, economics, psychology, and American history, if I haven't mentioned that one already. So more likely than not, they're going to put you with one psychology class and like 27 histories of different types, even though you don't know shit about history. And that's very common. That's very common with a lot of teachers, where they have a certain set of knowledge that they that not they've mastered, but they're definitely proficient in. And the schools go, well, we're not going to hire an individual teacher for each one of these things, which would be ideal, because then you're getting a better education. We're going to have you teach what is part of your department. So I ended up teaching history. You ended up teaching fucking a bunch of dumb shit that I really wasn't passionate about, because that's the way the school system works, unfortunately. As a Jew, I'm familiar with the missing piece daik. I'm a non-Jew, so I don't know what that is. I have to admit, I know that the joke is going to be good once you explain it, but as an Arab, as a matter of fact, I don't get that joke. But obviously, as I mentioned there, psychology was my favorite topic to teach. I enjoyed psychology just because you get into the different studies. Now, the problem is that I taught AP psychology, which is not psychology. It's passing the AP psychology test. So it didn't really leave for a lot of space for fun. It's, hey, here's the stuff that's going to be on this test. Memorize it. And it's not really a general psychology class, which I think would have been a blast. And I never got to teach a general psychology class. I only taught AP psychology, which I think is a shit class, because we're essentially, hey, you have to memorize these people. You have to memorize these studies. You have to memorize these terms, and you're good. You don't have to have any knowledge of psychology. All you have to do is just memorize this, memorize that, memorize those. And then briefly know how to apply things. Sucked. Why do the red and black cards use the same color? For the plain cards, they don't. I know it appears on that on camera. Now, I could have changed it, but I chose not to. It is a very muted black. I did do that because I want to keep the color palette as pink as possible to keep with the motif of the actual back design of the cards. But unfortunately, that does result in having a very muted black, but I like it. I like it. I like the way it came out. I think it looks more cream than black. The quartz are my favorites just because the quartz are, they're all custom. They all have little personalities. They all have characters. And I didn't do that thing where, I'm going to put people that I know as the quartz. Let me put Peter Turner as the King of Spades or the Jack of Spades. Like, no, I'm not going to do that. That's dumb. So none of these are my likeness or anybody's likeness. They're just all quartz, but they do have individual little things. Their faces with cake. I love the way it came out. Again, I mentioned this before, but I guess I'm going to do an entire stream on this. When the cards come out, I'm going to be doing a live stream to do it while hopefully the campaign starts. That could be a complete disaster. That could be great because it could show, hey, look, we fulfilled the actual goal in very little time. Or it could be, wow, I didn't even reach close to the goal and I'm on a live stream. So it could be a disaster. But either way, at least I'm trying. Or at least I tried. That's what matters. But as far as this, what I wanted was originally just 2 of the missing piece cakes. And then trying to do something like the Peelers deck that's very generic, that just has a sort of, what's that color? Like Miami Vice colors, like very pastel, and then just have the 2 pieces of cake. And then the person that made the logo, Caesar, said no, and he came up with this back design, which I thought was a nice kind of like, it looked like old school verts a little bit, and it still looks like cake, which I really enjoyed. And then he started working on the actual individual ones and the individual cards. And it wasn't what I thought it was going to be. And it ended up being better than what I thought because I wanted just a very simple, generic, normal stock faces and just clean deck. And it came up to be that. And it's not custom to the point where it's annoying. It's custom to the point where I think it's very reasonable. One thing that I was going to do, which looking back on it was kind of dumb, I wasn't going to have pips on the cards. So I liked the fact that they were clean and even the quartz didn't have pips, right? I thought that why have pips? It doesn't matter. But that was something that we added. Everything is copacetic. Another thing that was the initial design where the sizes were mismatched. Everything's pretty much the same now. But I really like the way it came out, and I think that this deck is just going to be the foundation deck. So it's going to be the Nox. I'm going to treat it a little bit like that. So I'm going to come out with different colors, different themes. I already have a couple of those, and then we already have another deck that we're going to come out with after this. I think I've mentioned the initials of the deck. That deck, the initials are going to be DP, right? This deck is not going to be marked. This one's not going to be marked. I do love marked decks. I don't want decks that you have to decipher. I like cohorts. I like readers. Not to get too virgin-y. I don't want to get too virgin-y. But the next deck, I'm going to try to make them marked. Like legitimate, nice, easy to read, hidden in the design, marked cards. That's the next deck. The DPs is the initials for that particular deck. But this one, there's really no place for that in the back design. Without it standing out like a sore thumb, I wanted to try, but the only way that it would work on this deck is if you have a binary system, some sort of weird, and I don't want that. I want readers. I wanted to be able to look at the cards and go, all right, and then go with that. I don't want to have to, let me just decipher this line and then go that way. Now, some people have done it well. Some people have done those marking systems very well, but I'm not a fan. Add utility to your NFT by adding a special NFT card in select decks that give the winner a special perk. Also increase sales and opportunities. I considered copying the bicycle playing card bit where they had NFTs and did all that shit. And I might, but this deck, again, because the first one, I'm trying to keep it simple. I'm trying to keep it as simple as possible. Learn the ropes, learn about what the issue is, learn about all the problems that we're going to come across, solve those, and then that becomes the, the framework for the next decks. So You're speculating on the name. Dueling Pigs, Damn Pigs. I think you're on the right track. Let's see. Let me go through here. We need a minimum of $5,000 raised. It's going to be a little bit higher than that because I do have a stretch goal of a different color deck. So this one is going to be the first one, which is the Missing Piece Original Flavor. And the other one is going to be a certain type of that deck. Now, one thing that I also considered were more elaborate, like gilded edges and stuff. And it all depends on how much is raised. I could add those. Those could be an option. But again, depends on that. If we raise a lot, then your boy's blinging those fucking cards out. But if we raise just enough to print the decks, we're going to print the decks. So it really depends on that. Let's go through here. How much the deck is going to be depends. It's really kind of iffy. I wanted to have this deck be more so in the cheaper range, but seeing with what cards are costing now from USPC, I'm thinking between the 13 and 15 range. That's what I'm thinking for these cards. So between 12 and 15, that range. It might be cheaper for the Kickstarter, and then come the actual cards being sold more expensive then, but it's definitely going to be between that range on the higher end because before these cards, which is kind of nuts, before it used to cost nothing to print playing cards. If you printed 1,000, it was $2 a deck essentially. Now to print 1,000, it's about $4 depending on and if you don't want crush stock, if you don't want anything in addition to the cards. So there's a lot of little dumb things that unfortunately have been added to that because of things like COVID. So let's see. Let's go through here. Is it me or most psychology majors total idiots? I agree. Most psychology majors are total idiots. Not me, though. I'm the one outlier in that particular case. But yeah, it's a party degree. It's a degree that you do nothing with unless you want to teach high school, which is what I wanted to do. I did want to go into like a practice at some point. That was something that I considered, but obviously things took a turn. And now I make magic videos online for no money. Let's go through here too. If Alex Pandora can make Pablo Escobar money selling basic colors to magicians, yours to be successful. Yes, that's kind of my goal. So I have a couple colors set for this one that are already kind of, the designs are already complete, right? There's the one that's going to be the second one that's going to be the stretch goal for this particular deck. But we have like 4 or 5 different things, and also the types of videos for those. There's one in particular. Obviously, I've been a little bit obsessed with Miami Vice. So there's going to be one that's going to be the Vice deck. And I want to do a remake of episode 1 of Miami Vice. I want to reshoot that first scene, that iconic one with the Phil Collins song. I want to shoot that frame by frame copy and with Daniel. And then that's going to be the promo for that video. But that's a little bit further down the line once I've learned the ropes. Once I've gotten punched by all the, hey, excuse me, I put an order and then I just want to know if this is, yes, you're going to get you could see all the information on the, but I put a, yes, you're going to, yes, one of those. I can't wait to deal with that. But hopefully it's going to be worth it. Let's see. Hungover, I want to release a knockoff called Knox. He can't copyright a rectangle. I thought of that a little while ago. Knockoff. Or there was a better worded copy name that I wanted to do. What was it? It was knockoffs. No, it wasn't knockoffs. It was something to that effect, and I was very proud of it. But I realized I don't want Pandrea sending lawyers on me. But yeah, you can't copyright a rectangle, but it is going to look bad when especially he's already established that as the brand. My goodness, what a genius thing. I'm just going to sell color on the back of cards. And I love it because it's just a color thing. It looks good when you shuffle, looks good when you mix, it's clean. The Russian Genius is back. I saw that. I got to hit him up. I don't think we've ever talked face-to-face. I know that when we talked a lot, it used to be when I didn't show my face. The Miami guy. I don't know if you're referring to me. I mean, right now I kind of look like I'm from certain parts of South Beach, if you catch my drift, right? It's their month, to give you another hint.
This is the neighborhood, and and you are not welcome.
You are welcome. You are welcome here, though. It's different. Does knock really stand for nothing, only color? Yes. Another bit of genius from Alex Pandrea, which is, can you imagine? Hey, I'm going to sell color on the back and make a killing, an absolute killing on that. Pre-sale or whitelist allocation spots. Well, that's the other part, because I consider doing a pre-sale, but not for the first deck. I don't think I could do that comfortably for the first deck. But for upcoming decks, I'll probably end up doing pre-sale. But this one, I just have to try with Kickstarter and go through that particular route, which has been tried and tested and successful on other endeavors. So there is one that I want to make, a dick deck, but I know that USPC does not allow for dicks on their cards. So I want to make a dick deck with a particular feature that I thought would be interesting. Nice revelation. But they don't allow that. So that's one idea that I had to shoot out from the playing card business. The Kickstarter is going to be tough. I know it's going to be tough. But if it's if it hits the goal, if it surpasses it, if we're able to print it and get a lot of cards in people's hands, then it's going to be something that I'm going to be happy to deal with, especially the customer service. What else is here? POC, PigCake's only cards. That's funny. You know what? That works. That works. Maybe I can make a knock ripoff, call it the Pox, and have it be what, like pink? Like just pink? How would I have to do it? Or maybe the logo stretched? How would I do it that it's obvious that I'm doing a tribute to the Nox, but not ripping off the Nox? Because I think Pox is great. PigCake only cards. I have to think about that, but that's a great idea. I'm stealing that. I think that is the stream. My friends, we've gone through a lot of virginity. We've gone through some topics. I hope you enjoyed this particular stream. As usual, I like to end these now with bits of advice, right? Don't trust random bitches at bars. They're vipers, all right? You think you got game. You got to cross your T's and dot your I's, all right? Think about the context. If you have a shawty coming up to you at the bar, think about why, right? Are you... Be realistic, right? I know that I'm not going to get shawties coming up to me at the bar. I know that I'm going to have to be the one to make the move, strike a conversation, make them giggle, right? So think about it. Are you someone that typically gets shawties coming up to you at the bar? If not, DTA, Stone Cold Steve Austin said it best. DTA, don't trust anyone. Just because someone comes up to you with the intent of, or the impression of kindness doesn't mean they're coming at you with the intent of kindness. So cover your back, my friends. Watch your six. I guess that's the good bit of advice that I have to end this video with. Apart from that, I have to mention, as usual, Nancy Pelosi is doing insider trading. There's no way you could be in politics that long and you could have your, you could make trades to go from a salary of what she had to what she's worth now with her Paul Pelosi. No, that's not the way it works. I'm on to you, Nancy. And the other 96 senators doing that or congressmen doing that, I'm on to you. I'm on to you. I just know you're being watched by the pig, especially you, AOC. I'm watching you very close because she's attractive to me. She's very attractive. That's the joke. So